Morning people, hope you're well, hope you had a great weekend, and thank you ever so much for your first weekend of Trackers. I hope you're kind of getting the gist of this now and understanding what it's all about. It's about kind of very simple. You choose your plan, you stick to it honestly. That's what you're kind of committing to yourself, giving that bit of love to yourself to try and make a change. And then there's 5 key areas we look at. So let's just run through them quickly again and try and add more to it each time. So what you should have done by now is obviously chosen your level, been working on it this week as closely as possible. You then also have done your measurements beforehand, which is brilliant, done that last week, which is fantastic. And now you should have been attending some sessions. If you've got 2 or 3 or 4, however many is on your plan, you should be following them and trying to stick to them as much as possible. Remember, there's loads of tools, so you don't really kind of use excuses. There's some home videos. There was 2 or 3 sent out on the group just the other day. You can use them if you struggle to get to sessions. Do them at home, for example. There's recipes now. You were given the welcome email. How to log onto the site. We've got to do is log on, see all the recipes and start using them and start cooking. So there's 2 things straight away. And then even little things, for example, just tracking your sleep and tracking the amount of water you drink, just for, again, a bit of accountability from you to kind of try and correct that and try to add more hours or add more water into your intake. Food's a one, I know, massively. It's a key one. I put a couple of posts on the other day, just yesterday. And it's really hard. The whole idea of this is education, but the whole idea of this is try and make it clean and to try and make it quite simple. Like I said, so by cooking fresh foods is a key, that's a one. What is clean? It can be very hard to define, but I've tried to give you an idea about what the outside of a supermarket is as clean as possible. If it's got labels on it, which have got X and Y and Z in it and numbers in it, it's not food, so try and stay away from it or stay away from it. If it goes ding in a microwave, it's a packed meal, a processed meal, again, stay away from it. And also if it's got a sell-by date on it, which is allowing it to stay fresh or stay edible for 2-3 weeks, again, it's not real food. So it's those kind of things. Look back to like 50, 60, 70 years ago, back in the 40s and 50s, for example, they didn't have fridges. So actually everything they consumed, which I know is not always possible in today's society because we're in a convenient society, but they had to have dairy, eggs, meats, breads, nuts, fishes, things like that, which really only lasted a couple of days, but it was fresh, it was natural. And then with that, we're animals. We've evolved, yes, but actually we never were 50, 60, 70 and 100 of years ago ever designed to eat packaged food. We were designed to hunt, we were designed to pick and swim and kill foods. So for example, I understand people nowadays are vegans and we're vegetarians, which is fine, but there's still substances. Think that mentality. That mentality is that, for example, if it walks, if it flies, if it swims, if it's grown, if it can pick it from a tree, pick it from the ground, that's natural. And we're trying to go as natural as we can with that. But also, I keep referring, stick to your plan, because obviously there's still things in that you're trying to do. You might be trying to make small changes or big changes. Tracking your food is important. Don't be a secret eater. Write it down if you're on the orange level and be honest with it. And that's where you've got to send your trackers to me each week so I can see how you're getting on. And you can start to see actually how much food you're eating. And what you'll find is you'll understand if you feel sluggish, if you feel tired, if you feel energized. And you can look back and see on your week what you did and how you got on. So it's really important to do that, guys. Same with the green levels. If you're doing that using MyFitnessPal, it's really important again, because again, it tells you how much calories you're having. I can then help you work out, and you can work out and educate if you're eating too much or not enough. And that way, again, can be detrimental to your success you're trying to change, you're trying to do and trying to change. So that's kind of nutrition, and that's kind of all the areas. Stress is another one we'll come to next later on this week. But for now, water. Water is absolutely key. Guidelines 1.5 to 2 litres per day. I say 2 litres, and when I say that, that's just to kind of get you out of bed, yawn, walk, go to work, just sleeping. That's just to keep our body functioning well. Bearing in mind that, for example, when it's quite hot, we get dehydrated quickly. And also with that, remember that when you're exercising, you're also losing more water. So you're trying to go 2, but can you go 2.5, maybe 3? The more, the better. Yes, initially you're going to go to the toilet a lot more, but hey-ho, it's a price to pay if you're going to help your body function better. I put on the link, please read it. It will tell you some good things about water and why we need it, why it's important. But it's we're 60-70% made up of water, so our body thrives on it. It needs it. It needs it for clear heads, mind stimulation, and also just to make us feel better. You flush out your system, excuse me, and also, like I said before, we're made up of it. 2/3 of our body is water, so it's something we definitely need. So hopefully you're getting the hang of this. This isn't rocket science. I'm not being patronising here. This isn't a magic pill. There's no sexy package here and kind of do this in 4 days and you lose 5 stone. This is about making changes. This is about educating you through the month. If you do this and you really, really, really want to do this, and if you're not, that's fine, don't worry. But if you are really genuine, then some accountability. You have to try and get to bed a bit earlier. You have to go and attend sessions. You have to start cooking more food. You have to think about your stress a bit more. You have to drink more water. All these things can be done. We know they can be done. If not, it's an excuse. That's fine. It won't be this program's fault. It won't be somebody else's fault. It won't be your fault. It'll just be you're not ready to do it. But if you are ready to do it, small changes every single day, every single week. And that's why I say, if you can't watch these videos, if you can't send your trackers in, if you can't attend sessions, that's fine. You're not ready to do it. There'll always be yeah, but I can't, I haven't got enough time, I didn't do this, I haven't got that. If you really want to make a change, you have to try and stick to these things. Try and keep it going for 4 weeks of your whole life. And then at the end of it, you will see success. And those changes and successes will be based on sleeping better, making you feel better, drinking more water, making you feel more energized, understanding your stress, controlling it, trying to take care of it, eating better, cooking more food, not going for processed, trying to change your mindset, try and change your education, and attending sessions and working your backside off and getting fitter and healthier. When you put all these things together, your body functions better. When your body is functioning better, then and only then can you start to gain weight, lose weight, whatever you want, tone up, increase muscle, and then and only then can you take your pathway of what you want to do. What comes with that when your body works better? Yep, inches drop off, weight loss happens, toning happens, you feel better about yourself psychologically and mentally and also physically. So all these things are really important. So keep going, keep working. Remember, it's down to you. The tools are all there. I'll keep supplying them. You've got to read them, you've got to act on them, but the tools are all there. There's sessions there, there's home sessions there, there's recipes for you. You've got to make that change and want to make that change. Keep it going. You've been brilliant. Let's have a good week.